Okay, so you're half Filipino.
No, it's my stepmom.
Stepmom. Okay.
So, but lived with me since I was 7, so in spirit.
So how has it been growing up with a Filipino mom?
I can understand Tagalog
Really?
decently. I've become a bit more adventurous. My stepmom's really adventurous and is kind of down for anything, and so am I now. Rice is life. I don't like rice, but I know we always have a rice cooker on at home.
Yeah.
That's just, there's never not rice in my house. We have a house in Cebu. There's a house in Butuan. I only eat chicken. I've never eaten like any other type of meat. And I remember being told, oh yeah, you'll be able to eat anything there, you'll be fine. Not true. If you can't eat pork, you're kind of out of luck. So that's kind of always a shock.
Hey guys, if you're viewing our content on YouTube for the first time, I'd like to say a big shout out to you and a big welcome. On this channel, we discuss all things foreigners in the Philippines. And if you love the Philippines just like we do, and you'd like to stay connected and see it through the eyes of foreigners, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to not miss out on any of our contents. We upload every Friday of every week. Now, today's story is not something that you see or hear about every time. I think it's the first I have seen, and I'm actually excited to share with you guys. Basically, I'll be surprised if you're not curious to know exactly what it would be like to be totally American, like both parents, biologically fully American, and then growing up with a Filipino stepmom. So that's what this interview is about. So let's just head straight into it.
Okay, so you're half Filipino.
No, it's my stepmom.
Stepmom. Okay.
So, but lived with me since I was 7, so in spirit.
Yeah.
In spirit.
So how has it been growing up with a Filipino mom?
Chill. I don't know. It's not that different, I think.
All right.
You know.
Have you learned anything from her, considering the difference in culture?
I can understand Tagalog
Really?
decently, not like amazingly,
Wow.
but I can understand when I'm being talked about or what people are talking about. Tried new food. I have some dietary restrictions, so not a ton,
Okay.
but I've definitely tried new food. I've become a bit more adventurous. My stepmom's really adventurous and is kind of down for anything, and so am I now. So there's that.
All right. So I guess you already had knowledge about the Filipino culture
Yeah.
before you got here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is this your first time here?
No, it's my fifth,
Fifth.
maybe fourth. I don't remember.
Wow. So how has it been, the changing face of the Philippines in those years? Have you noticed any difference from the first time you got here?
Well, the first time I came here, I was like 9, so it was a while ago.
Yeah.
But I would say yes. We mostly stay at resorts, so those kind of all tend to be similar.
Yeah.
But recently, we have a house in Cebu.
Oh,
So
nice.
the city of Cebu is very different from resorts.
Yeah.
There's a house in Butuan that we stayed at, and I don't think stuff has changed that much, really. I think resorts have become a little more Americanized, as I think tourism has gotten bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you found shocking or surprising about the Philippines on your first trip?
So I only eat chicken. I've never eaten like any other type of meat. And I remember being told, oh yeah, you'll be able to eat anything there, you'll be fine. Not true. Not true. If you can't eat pork, you're kind of out of luck.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of always a shock. I guess maybe that's it, honestly. And then also, I'm never used to the heat. I don't like the heat.
Okay.
I want the snow all the time. So it's always a big shock every time to be like, oh my God, it's so hot here.
So is Washington DC a cold place?
Half of the year, I feel like it's cold and rainy, and like the fall and the winter. It gets hot in the summer, but I try to stay inside and not go outside in the summer.
Okay, what has been the major difference between being here and being in the US? And have you had any challenge apart from the food?
I don't think so. I also think since I've been coming here since I was so young that I'm kind of used to stuff at this point.
Okay.
But I mean, other than the food and the weather, people are really nice. People aren't this nice on the East Coast. They kind of are. The East Coast, they're very much like, oh, I just want to get out of your way, so we're not going to talk to each other. But people here will just talk to whoever's near them, which is really nice, and are always willing to help out.
So do you see yourself being in a, let's say, an interracial relationship going like sometime in your life?
Possibly. I don't know. I have been before, so.
Nice.
But
How
Not
was
sure.
it?
It was fine. It was middle school, so.
Okay.
But you know, yeah.
Do you fancy a Filipino?
So guys, I'm really sorry to interrupt. I wouldn't do that if it wasn't for a good reason. Now, someone reached me in the comments of our previous video, and I'll just read out what the person said before I tell you exactly why I've interrupted this video to bring you a really special news or something that could help people like this. He said, "We Filipino in bracket men, it's very hard to find a girlfriend nowadays because Filipinos prefer foreigners. So we men have a hard time finding a girlfriend here. So we just adjust to what women want. So now we are looking for foreigners also." That's funny. I don't know, but I think it's because they're in bracket again, Filipinas, like the foreigners and Filipino men. And then BDW, I'm looking for a girlfriend also. Yeah, so I'm basically reading this because I found a really reliable website. It's actually a dating service. Yeah, you could get Filipinas. It's called Christian Filipinas. I'll leave the link in the comments and in the description as well, so you can check it out if you're living in the US or you're living in any part of the world or even in the Philippines and you'd love to meet Filipinas. Just check out the link in the description. I'm sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Basically, I'm just sharing this and hoping that it helps anyone who's having a hard time finding a Filipina. And if you're also a Filipina who's interested in, dating foreigners from right here in the Philippines without going abroad, you can actually check out the link as well. There are a lot of men from the US, UK, and other parts of the world who are interested in meeting Filipinas, and they're actually there looking for you.
Yeah.
Do you fancy a Filipino?
Well, no one here. It's all my family.
Okay.
But I could definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Has it been a particular thing in the Philippines you would like to take back home to the US?
I think how clean the beaches are.
Okay.
Like everywhere I've been on a resort, the beaches have been really clean, and everyone's really respectful on the beaches. Where some beaches in the U.S., you gotta fight people to sit down anywhere.
Wow.
You gotta get there at like 5 in the morning, or else you're not getting a spot.
Wow.
Where here, people, they'll move over. Or they'll always make space for you, and no one's leaving their trash anywhere. But you'll see people on the beach in the U.S. just like throw their cans everywhere.
What do you think about the difference in nationalities of people you find around the beach? Do you think it's a good thing for
Yeah.
the Philippines?
Yeah, I mean, the DC area and where I grew up going to school was so diverse. Like, it was very, very diverse. One of the most diverse places in the country. And where I go to college is, I go to college in Philadelphia, which is also just a very diverse city. So I think it's important to have that in anyone's life, especially growing up. I think it's important for, kids to see people of all backgrounds.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from being around Filipinos all your life so far?
Rice is life.
Rice.
Rice is life. There's that. I don't like rice, but I
Really?
know. I don't like rice, but I know we always have a rice cooker on at home.
Yeah.
That's just, there's never not rice in my house. There's never not rice here.
Everything comes with rice.
Everything comes with rice. You get a pizza, there's rice.
Yeah. Even the McDonald's around.
Oh, yeah,
here.
has rice, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so
it's
much.
so good to talk to you.
Yeah.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
So guys, I'm sure this interview will inspire you, and it's just another example of how the Filipinos are in terms of how caring and loving and how they can actually make you feel like a family. So thanks for watching. Until we'll see you on our next video. Don't forget to check the link in the description and in the comments. Ingat po.